And I think it's very important for everybody to be engaged because that everybody's on the same page.
It's about, who's willing to change gears at the right time.
Go out, go have fun, and just take it to them.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Maxwell Hamilton Show. Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's rugby coach Maxwell Hamilton. And Maxwell, you started your ARC schedule last week against Kutztown. Talk about, first of all, what it was like to get in this new conference and start play.
Yeah, it was a great opening weekend in the ARC. We were able to see a lot of teams with some scores that we weren't expecting, definitely some big margins between the few teams that we were in our conference. Specifically against Kutztown for us, I think it was great to be able to go to Kutztown. We haven't been there in multiple years, but it was also great to play a new team that we hadn't played before in a regular season. We've only ran into them in national play, so it was cool to see them this early in the year. We learned a lot about ourselves there. We learned we got to be a little bit more disciplined. We left with a few cards, but we're looking forward to Walsh this weekend. We're getting ready to get back at it.
And your offense continued to roll, put up 36 points in the effort. What's been the key to success for your offense so far?
Yeah, bringing in the new arsenal that we have. Taku Musinguini has really clicked in well with the squad. He's really operating at the fly half position for us, helping find points, find gaps in the defense. He's a great kid, great to have around. Beyond that, I think our relentless effort and our physical conditioning has definitely been a benefit for us. Our team is very fit right now. We are more conditioned than most of our opposition.
And history was made on the pitch. Obviously, Alex Nyamunda breaking the career 15s try record with his 2 on the day. What did that mean for him to kind of put himself in the history books and break a record that's been standing for so long?
Yeah, I think he's really excited. I think he's keen on continuing to push that bar up for the rest of the year. Breaking that record this early in the season only says good things for him. I also think that there's a lot of competition in the squad. There's people on his tail. I think Panache Mugo Rigodi is averaging a similar try count per match that Alex is as well. I could see Panache surpassing him in time, but again, we've got a lot of guys on the field that are all licking their lips, trying to make sure that they can beat that score too. So we'll see that throughout the rest of the year. Let's hope Alex can maintain that spot.
And Panache was the next guy who was going to come on. Had 4 tries in that week 2 game. Comes back with 2 against Kutztown. Talk about him and kind of the game he brings.
Yeah, Panache is explosive, right? If you find him on the field, if you can see him on the field, that's a given or a plus, I think once they can get the ball out to him, that kid is moving too quick for people to catch him. Really the trick is how do we get him with open space and then give him the ball? Because we can find him most of the time on the field. We can get him the ball, but we got to help him score those tries. And when we do that, he's very positive.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's rugby coach Maxwell Hamilton. And Maxwell, last guy I wanted to get to was Taku, taking over the kicking duties here in the last couple of weeks. Talk about him and kind of how he's kind of fit in that role and been a consistent kicker for you.
Yeah, he's come in and really pushing our standard higher. He's definitely adding competition to the squad. People who were kicking off the tee for us last year are trying harder. They're going out and finding more reps. And Taku at this point is very consistent off the tee, as well as for our kickoffs and taking care of that duty itself. So, I think, one, I have a lot of faith in him that he's going to continue to drive his percentage up and be able to lead us off his foot. But I do know that there are other people on the field that can back him or support or, help us make sure that we're going to be positive with our kicking as well. So I think I'm not too worried overall, and I think that Taku plus my other kickers on the field are all very consistent.
And now that you have that first ARC match under your belt, what did that teach you about the conference as a whole as you go through and try to chase down a conference championship?
Yeah, I think that our conference is very determined. Everybody's determined to win this thing. I think especially being in the opening year, everybody looked at the week 1 of saying, okay, these are the week 1 results. Week 2, I'm expecting to be a little bit tighter matches. I think that as we get into the regular conference play, our teams will start to settle a little bit more and start to really build into this championship. Everybody wants the end goal. Everybody wants the first ARC trophy. We're on our way to get one, Zach.
And you guys face a Walsh team this week, kind of a regional rival for you, as the former Notre Dame College going over to Walsh. Talk about this matchup with the Cavaliers and kind of what they bring.
Yeah, I'm really excited. From watching their most recent match against Army, I think Walsh is very determined. They picked a very aggressive opponent to play during their preseason. I think that they are very prepared for this match coming from Notre Dame College. Being Walsh last year was their first year as a university hosting a rugby program. This is their year 2. I think Walsh itself is definitely on the climb. They're definitely aggressive. We have to look out for them, Zach, but I'm very much prepared.
And finally, your first ARC match at Bishop Schmitt Field. What do you expect the atmosphere to be like bringing conference play to your home turf?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I know that we're going to get a lot of traction. There's a lot of fans. The weekly chirp just got sent out, so I know there's students that are all planning out their weekends, getting ready to come. I think we're going to be a very positive environment, a very loud environment. I'm very excited to see Walls show up. I know a lot of my alumni are planning on arriving too, Zach, so it's going to be a good day.
Thanks, Maxwell. Good luck this week. Can't wait to see you out there.
Thanks, and go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.
And I think it's very important for everybody to be engaged because that everybody's on the same page.
It's about, who's willing to change gears at the right time.
Go out, go have fun, and just take it to them.